Okay, Fantastic Four 2025. Give it the parts that I really enjoyed. I thought they did a good job on the family aspect. Not as good as like the 2005 version, but much better than the 2015 version. So that was done really well. Liked the retro futuristic look to it. Thought they did a great job on Galactus. And most characters kind of got at least one moment to shine. It is still weird how Reed Richards stretching looks better in this, but it still looks odd. Human Torch, like the effect for it, looked really good. I still go back to I prefer the physical suit for Thing. Michael Chiklis did an amazing job in this one. Solid acting, but it's just still it just feels off. Of course, your Silver Surfer is not Norrin Rod; it's Shala Bal, which of course they did for the obvious Marvel reasons as to why they do those sorts of things. If you had fears as to how the ending of the film was going to play out, yes, it's exactly how it plays out. So, I mean, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen about 85% of the movie. Yes, Sue gets pregnant. They produce Franklin. The most recent trailer did show Reed Richards being like, yes, we met Galactus, which was a nice sequence. They nailed the sci-fi aspects of it. Really great. Like retrofuturistic on Earth, the massive science fiction, like the space fight. I was like, this is good. Trying to find like, oh, this is happening because we're a half hour traveling. I was like, I like these aspects. They really did a good job on it. I also liked the nod to Latveria, which they did well. Mid credit scene, you get to see more of what that's about. Mole Man, again, did a pretty good job. Doesn't seem like that character does a lot, but becomes more significant towards the end of the movie. Barely more significant. They mentioned a whole host of other villains, but don't worry, you're not going to see them unless you stick around to watch the second end credit scene. Overall, this was good. Dramatically, they nailed lots of those scenes. If you know Franklin's powers, certain things will have less weight to them. They did also make mention to an Earth X storyline, which I thought was kind of neat. So all in all, this was good. Out of the three that they've made so far this year, this one was probably the best. Would I rank it better than Superman? Not really. Do they heavily rely on Sue? Yes. Yes, they do. They more or less have her as like the world peace political spokesperson, and they incredibly increase her power level to the point that it's like, well, if the Fantastic Four does show up in Avengers Doomsday, like they're going to, you just need Sue and Captain Marvel on one side, and they should easily steamroll regardless of who's on the other side. So those aspects were, it's kind of like, we're getting so close to like, there's four of them. Giant Storm gets a nice moment to shine. I like that they slowly did it in the background. They took away the womanizing aspect of him. I'm like, okay, I get it. If you not the direction you want to kind of go, but at least they kind of threw in a little bit of it. And his moment to shine was really good. I liked the moments when it was Ben Grimm back in Yancey Street. I thought those had some nice weight to them. It allowed that it was like, well, the world's in trouble. Okay, but here's a real defined on the ground look. Reed Richards, he felt like he was the smartest, least confident guy in the room. But at least he got to come up with some ideas. But he constantly had the level of self-doubt. I'm like, I don't really get that from the comics. And from how he's normally portrayed. He's normally portrayed someone who is confident in his ability to know things. And when he doesn't know, he gets really kind of scared. But this one, he just felt like he was scared, but still the smartest guy in the room. So, I mean, they at least nailed 3 out of the 4 characters, which is pretty par for the course for the other Fantastic Four movies. So, the space scenes are great to see. Great to see Gladys on a big screen in like the full size. Those scenes were great, but you've already seen a lot of those in the trailer. Did they superpower up a character towards the end? Yeah. Did at least, something that another character did set the path in motion for the final shot on Galactus? Yeah. So, good. It was just a C opening weekend? Sure. Catch a matinee. But all in all, I enjoyed it.